Okay, so we do have a program for you guys. So I want you guys to be clear. This is a teach-in. This is not just a protest. This is not just standing around. This is not just showing up because we're tired of being in the house because Corona. This is not that. We are in the historical Central District. You are amongst legacies. You are amongst people who have sown for this neighborhood to even thrive the way it's thrived. You are the reason why gentrifiers see us over here and they want a piece of the pie. You're all that. So while we're here, I want you guys to have your ears open. You can even have your eyes closed because sometimes we can focus better that way. But I really just want you guys to listen to what's going on. We will have chants throughout the program. So I ask you, do not start your own chant. If you're not in the program, you're not in the teach-in. And we're going to consider you disruptive. We are here to teach each other about how we can have equality amongst each other. If you are here and you just moved here within the last 10 years, you should listen up. If you are here and you've been displaced for 10 years, you should listen up. Because there are people here who have not left. There are people here who risk their lives every day to make sure we have reverence here. And this Black Lives Matter is not a hashtag. It's not a chapter. It's not a one organizer, I know who she is. It's us. This is what it looks like. This is what our lives look like. This is what our legacies look like. This is what our intellect looks like. So please, listen up. This is not a performative rally. This is educational. Ashe? Thank you guys for being peaceful. Thank you guys for allowing the newcomers to come in. If you are a performer and you haven't checked in, please come up here. If you are a volunteer, you haven't checked in, please come up here. We're going to start with libation. We're going to be silent because we're giving reverence to our ancestors, the ones that were here, standing right here, doing the same thing you're doing. That's why we tired. So give them time and space. Ashe? So we're going to do this libation, and we're going to keep it moving. Thank you, guys. Libation. Libation. I got a cut for you. I got something for you.
Oh, you got it for me? Wow. Look at all these beautiful faces. Beautiful Black faces. Hell with that. Look at all. So I've lived in Seattle for 30 years. And I left Seattle because it wasn't Black enough. Right? But I stayed in Houston, Texas for 8 years. And I missed Seattle so much I had to come back. Because we're not Black in number. We are Black in spirit and culture. And there's a rich heritage and culture on this lot that we standing on in this neighborhood. So I feel very honored and blessed to be here with y'all today, to pay homage to ancestors, to the African ancestors in the Pacific Northwest. Because they act like we ain't got none out here. And ancestors are not just African. Ancestors are the people that were sharecroppers on this land. Black people were the ones that were pushed into this land in the first place because they didn't want us to have it. They didn't want this land, and now they want it back. But they tried to take it back. But seeing all these people here, they didn't take back our neighborhood. This is our shit. We built this. Our ancestors built this. The Duwamish people built this. The native tribes that came here before us built this. This is our shit. And forgive my cursing, but I'm fired up, man.
Ain't no forgiveness. Forgive yourself.
Okay, stop. She more fired up than me. So I give thanks for the youth. And my name is Omi Tosin, and I am a priest in the traditional culture called Ifa. They call it a religion, but it's actually a spiritual practice. Part of the practice is we take water. Water knows no enemy, but water can tear some shit up. If you let water flow, it can break down rocks and all of that. So this is to cool and cleanse the space so we can take it back. This is a historic moment, y'all. This is a historic moment. Globally, people are standing for black people. Globally. So, before we pour this water, I'm gonna need a fist. I'm gonna need a fist. And I'm gonna need a minute of silence for all of the black people that have been slain by the police in this country, in this city, on this street, on this corner. I give thanks for their sacrifice so we could be standing here on this corner today in unity, being black and being proud to be black in this space in the Pacific Northwest where they try to say there ain't no black people. We here. Ashe. 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 Yes. Whew. Omi Tutu, Ona Tutu, Ile Tutu, Tutu Ori, Tutu Leroye, Tutu Egun, Tutu to all the ancestors that have shown up in this place today to take our shit back. Do we give thanks and praise to all the ancestors who gave their life and made the ultimate sacrifice so that we could stand here and say no more, enough is enough today. We give thanks and praise to all those revolutionaries who put up their fist in protest, who put up their fist to let them know that you can't break us. You can't break us. I give thanks and praise to my own ancestors who taught me that I can stand here in my blackness and I can lead a bunch of people to the spiritual self so that we can all be here in the spirit of love and community and family and Africanness and blackness and all of the things that make us so beautiful. I give thanks and praise for black people today. I give thanks and praise to the spirit of Seattle. I give thanks and praise to all of those native people who gave their sacrifices so that we could be here in this space in unification with them today. I give thanks and praise that we can all be here and show them that black people know how to organize. We know how to put some shit together in 24 hours. We know how to show up for each other. We know how to love each other. We know how to be together in unity and learn from each other. African or African American, we know how to be this together. I say thank you. Ashe. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ashe. Woo, Lord. Have mercy. Thank you. Ashe. 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 Okay, now we're going to have Joaquin for one brief moment, and we will conclude with the ceremony.
All right. In the spirit of honoring our ancestors and honoring our elders, you know I wouldn't be here for those that's really from the CD. If you know me, you know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a certain individual. The number one fighter, the mayor by TKO. You guys know, the number one fighter for our people in this community, not new to it, been stayed true to it. So we're going to have a teaching begin with a lesson from a master teacher. Let's give it up. My father, Omari Tahir Garrett.
You know, when you get to be 74, you're so glad to see young folks. Because guess what? You can hand the ball down. We ain't got no 74 people in the NBA or the NFL. You know, everybody is young on the field. And that's why you're here today, because guess what? My family was one of the first two families on the north side of this Jackson. And guess what? all of our neighbors looked like the other folks. And then when I got to high school, all of our neighbors looked like you. What happened? But now they're back, but guess what? This building over here belonged to us. Yesler Terrace belonged to us. That Liberty Bank building belonged to us. This is our neighborhood. And we're going to keep our neighborhood. And whatever we have to do to keep our neighborhood, now, the other folks can come back and be with us, but don't try to run us. They running all the rest of the city, so don't come over here and try to run this. Now, there's 4 things you have to be very cognizant of. Communications, education, economic development, and politics. Those are the 4 things. Because if 2 more people are going to do something together, they have to be able to what? Communicate. A grunt, sign languages, Chinese, African, you got to be able to. Why? Because communication is an educational process. Each person is educating, and it goes back and forth. It's not we sitting in class and white folk cutting our head off and pouring this George Washington, Thomas Jefferson garbage. We got a school right down here that black children have to go to, named after a slave owner and Native American killer. We can't have that. My schoolmate, Jeanette Graham Jones, taught at that school for 30 years. That school needs to be named after Jeanette Graham Jones, our sister. Hey, listen, we're here today to stop some changes and make some changes. Now, Yesler Terrace, a lot of us came through Yesler Terrace. Why does Paul Allen, the Vulcan, own Yesler Terrace? Is he this $60 billion organization? Are they about building houses for us low-income people? No, this over here. This is a minority black shopping center. That's how it got consolidated. But they were planning on 30, 40 years down the line because once it get consolidated, only big money could buy it. So that's another trick. But you know what is going on. That's why you're here, and you know what to do. And Harriet Tubman, Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael, and we got to get Leonard Peltier out of prison. We got to get H. Rap Brown out of prison. Did you hear what I said? We got some prisoners of people that paid the price and they're in prison. They're political prisoners. So I could go on, but guess what? You already know. It's already been said, and we don't have to say it over again. You see what that sign says? It says anti-apartheid, reparations now, movement. We each need a minimum of $5 million. That won't even take care of the suffering and the pain that we had. So, young folks, I'm so glad to see you because I can sit down in the chair and feel good. Peace.
Thank you.
All right, man, that was powerful. That was very powerful. We got a sister from South Seattle coming up. Her name is Nur Ahmed. She's an organizer, she is an activist, and she is a little revolutionary. So come on, we got you. Come on, sister. She's a little shy, but she got it.
Hey everybody, so I was going to start off by saying that, oh my god. Okay, so I was going to start off by saying that, anyway. My name is Noura Ahmed. I am an organizer, I'm a poet, and I'm an activist. I grew up in South King County my entire life because I was displaced here in Seattle all the way down to Federal Way. And that's basically what's been going on in the Black community here in Seattle. Every single person that I have met who live in South King County have all had this experience with displacement. And considering we're in a very historic place in Seattle that has experienced years and years of gentrification, this is super important for us to be here. I am Somali, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I am not Black, because I am. I have faced so many people in my life who try to ignore my Blackness from me just because I am Somali, just because I am African. No, I am Black through and through. But I've also met people who have made me feel silent in my own life just because I am Black. I have met fake activists, fake allies who never wanted nothing to do with me to begin with, but now that George Floyd died, suddenly want to jump on the activist train. So this poem that I wrote is basically about what those fake allies in Seattle, especially fake liberal white people who don't exemplify what we want as Black people. So this poem is called A Poem to My White Allies, with quotes. With quotes. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've held with the twilight's last gleaming? Oh, broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. I forgot the words. Oh, the lands that we there, oh, the flag was still there. Oh, say that star-spangled banner yet wave. Or in the land of the free and the home of the brave. A moment of silence for all the lives lost in the hands of the police. A moment of silence for all the mothers who lost their sons to violence. A moment of silence for all the Black people who had to face the racism head on, who felt like they couldn't breathe, couldn't live in such an oppressive society. I am tired of feeling angry. I'm so tired. I feel like I don't matter, like my life is worth nothing. I'm so tired of feeling. I'm so tired of feeling like there's justice, that the system will come through for us when that's never been the case. I want to feel like it's enough, but it's not. I'm so exhausted. For as long as I can remember, my Blackness became an emblem of my worth. This melanated skin became a symbol for which they spat on, an emblem that people saw automatically. They feel threatened by my Black skin when all I want is safety. They feel sick of my existence when all I want is to live. Why does it bother you so much that I am merely existing? Black people are being killed disproportionately. We are dying every day. Shouldn't that give you a reason to cut us a break? No. You are blind. Rather than seeing the reality in front of you, you rather sit in complacency. It's never been a matter of criminality. If you're okay with the Black man getting shot on the streets, it's been a matter of morality. You're not feeling anything, nothing from compassion to even sympathy is what is lacking. So stop pretending. Stop acting, because we all can see behind the act. Stop acting, you can finally see us. When our problem has always been invisible to you, when we can see the truth and we know you are only playing a role that you're not meant to play. But it's okay. We can find true allies in people who've always saw the reality, the importance of fighting for our equality, even when it's not practically trending. But even more so to all the white people who think they're entitled to my voice and to my body and act all holier than thou when it's exactly what they think they embody. They are the same people who have Black Lives Matter signs in front of their lawns, are the same Black people who call the police on another Black person for just merely existing. They are all the same people who, as soon as not trendy, suddenly go back to their lives as if nothing's ever happening. Since when is allyship a trend? This is something I can never comprehend, but I digress. It's a privilege to feel that you can just go back to your life, but we don't have that luxury. We don't go back to our lives when our black brothers and sisters are dying out on the streets. We have never got that luxury. This is our reality. Our reality is terrifying. It is exhausting. You living in your liberal white bubble and able to see the monster that is in front of you is your privilege. And until we feel safe running in a neighborhood or sitting in a backyard or being in our own home or playing with a toy or walking down the street or even being in a fucking traffic stop, will we ever stop saying, stop pleading, stop fighting for our lives to fucking matter? I am so sick of the white tears and the white fears that clogging up our reality. I'm so tired of the terrorism that plagues our communities. Racism is a disease that has infected every part of American society. It has never been about our American dream, the same dream that we promise we will if we all achieve, we work hard and believe. This is our bitter reality, and has always been and continues to be our American nightmare. Land of the enslaved, land of the free, more like land of the enslaved. Period. Black Lives Matter.
Amen. See, one thing that we got to do is stand together, no matter where we're from. And that's the thing, you know, there was a little bit of a breakup with the East Africans and the African Americans at my school. I went to Rainier Beach. I graduated from Rainier Beach. So there's a lot of division in the community that we all know about. But see, if you look at what has been going on in the Willie Lynch letter and everything else, they try to divide us, right? So we got to stand together. Malcolm X, he went to the Middle East, and he's seen it for himself, and that's when a lot of his changes became, and he's seen that the diaspora is way more important than just one part of the world, because we are across the whole entire world. What they did in their mistake was they put us on every single continent, y'all. They put us on every single continent, so we understand the language, we understand the boundaries, we understand how each continent works. So if we stand together, we're the most powerful nation out there. Come on now. And they know it. They're fearful of that, okay? There's another division going on. The Central District and the South End. We got to stand together. We one people, y'all. We all family, y'all. And that's what we about to do today. So we got Will Jimerson and we got Rail Be Free coming. Respect.
Before I speak, I would like the elder for permission to speak. I got your permission? Thank you. I know that before we can even move forward, we have to honor the land that we stand on. We stand on the land of the Duwamish people. And we want to keep in memory of what has happened to them. But as we stand on the land of the Duwamish, in our current present state, you also stand on the land of Deuce 8. You also stand on the land of Deuce First. You also stand on the land of Deuce O, Deuce 6, Racks to the Jack, Mid-East, we know what's up, all the way down to the valley. Some of you guys don't understand that. When I was gone, I did 20 and a half years from 13 to 33, right here out of the Central District. And I remember when Larry Gossett came, I believe I was at McNeil Island, and him and I had a conversation. And he was telling me about the gentrification that was taking place right here in Seattle, right here in the heart of the Central District. And I remember when I was here, none of this existed. There was no Walgreens. There was no Magic Dragon. There was no Starbucks. There was not even a parking lot for us to be present where we at today. This was a dead end and was full of grass. It was marshland when I left in 1994. And when I talked to Larry, Larry told me, he said, you know what? He said, Willie, he said, man, we got a lot to say about, you know, the gangs that are out there. He said, but the reality is They're the last line of defense that we have in the Central District. They're the only ones that saying we refuse to leave. We refuse to go. So as we pay homage to the Duwamish, I want to make sure we pay homage to the Deuce Eights, to the Deuce O's, to the Deuce Ones. Because many of you guys is packing up and ain't coming back. So the reality is this. We have to be able to connect in a real and a relevant way. See, there was a point that I used to be in these streets and I went hard. I went hard and I rode hard. But now I turned a new leaf and I'm on the other side and I'm riding hard, right? So I'm riding with both wheels and we call that training wheels, right? Come on. Right? Right. There's individuals who caught bullets that was meant for me. In the hood, that's what we call an interception. So I got to stand for those as we do libations. I got to think about the tax-frees, rest in peace. I got to think about the Shugs. I got to think about the Boom Booms. I got to think about the T-Babies. I got to think about the Ezras. We got to make sure that we raise them up so we can continue to move forward. But I also got to think about my young bros. What's up, baby? Come on. We got to tap in with their life every single day. Every single day that ends with a Y, we need to be showing up and tapping in their lives. Because I'm going to tell you like this. When we talking about Black Lives Matter, and it does matter, I'm going to give you guys some good game. If you never had any, I'm going to give it to you today. If you really want these guys to have something totally different, you got to show up differently. And I'm going to be honest with you. When they look into your eyes and they don't see that you believe what you believe in, why you think they should make a crossover? Because the difference between you and them, what they believe in, they're willing to die for. They're willing to go do the rest of their time behind bars for. So if you're talking about you believe in something and they can't see it in your eyes that you two are willing to die for that, that I'm willing to put my life on the line, they're not going to convert. So if you just out here with just empty language, with empty words, empty rhetoric, I'm going to be honest with you, you need to pack up and get up out the way. We don't need no empty vessels on the front line. We don't need no empty vessels on the front line. So if your blood is watered down, you need to go give yourself a checkup from the neck up and see where your head's at. Like for real. Because when everybody's gone, we're going to still be here. We're going to still be here. Because black lives do matter. So my little bro, Jarrell, where you at, bro? This is my young bro. He's from the South End. And he's going to come and deliver a wonderful message. This young king, I got a lot of love and respect for. He put a lot of his life and his blood and his energy and his sweat on the line. When I call him, he picks the phone up. He'll call me and pick the phone up. And this young bro's from the South End and I'm from the Central District. And he came to me and he said, hey, big bro, I want to sing this song. And it got a lot of energy, but it's the South song. Do you think it's okay for me to sing it in the Central District? I said, you're doing it the right way because you got to come to somebody from the Central District to kind of ask for that kind of permission, right? Just being honest. But we want to show some connectivity. We want to show solidarity on every front, on all levels. Because my young kings, they're tired of dying, man. They're tired of being in somebody's jail cell. Everybody ain't making it to the NBA. But we seem to have our kids in the visitor room touching glass. That might have went over your head, but it came from the heart. But my young bro's about to give you some heat, represent the South End. But he also know, he says, what do you say, the South End is what?
Came out the CD.
Say that again.
South End came out the CD.
Give it to him, big young bro.
It's all love. Yo, when I say hootie hootie hoo, I need y'all to repeat after me. Hootie hootie hoo. Say hootie hootie hoo. Go ahead and play that first one for me. Now we're gonna have some vibes. If you wanna move, you can move. If you know how to clap, you can clap. But we gonna turn up for a check. I get hands up, check. Hey, beacon on my back, got a brick on my shoulder. Rattle lyrics like bullets, pull them out of the holster. Every piece getting lit, I deliver them sober. Cause these streets getting colder, beats getting older. Youngins got heat, but they don't got degrees. Ready to burn any nerve with they heart on the sleeve. Peace don't come when the pain still bleed. Tripping on your Timbs, your soul ain't free. Chain broke, no chain smoke. I don't get paid for no lame quotes. I do this cause I'm a king, yo. Just cause I'm black, that don't make me no slave, bro. I got amendments, that pistol will say so. Sometimes I gotta tell my brother, look, why we always kill each other? It's usually the system. Today the fam's against them. They got the mindset, the truth cannot convince them. I teach them about commitment. I ride for my people. They rather competition. The pride there is lethal. Now look, you gon' rock with me on this hook, cause you know what to do when I say this. You ready? Check. I said hootie hootie hoo. Cause you slipping solo, so I roll with my crew. Catch 22, shooters bang bang. Educated hitters, that's an unchained gang. I said hootie hootie hoo. Cause you slipping solo, so I roll with my crew. Catch 22, shooters bang bang. Educate the hitters, that's an unchained. Bury your truth in the past of the middle passage. I witnessed bodies in masses. Of course the voyage was tragic. The fact is we made it past it. Absolute magic, so you gotta give it. We gotta have it. Use a hybrid revolution and then pass it forever. I'm getting better like Stokely and Ella sitting together. You need to get about the little leagues, sweating on your injuries. How you missed the process is a mystery. And you ain't got no real bars, that's a misdemeanor. I'm hot as kerosene, closer to my roots like the Caribbean. Take me out my scheme, out of duel to your schedule. Put me at beginning and the end like a metronome. I got a brick on my shoulder. I'm dope when I'm focused. I eat beats, note lyrics, I spit locusts. Listen. I'm real for Dontre. I rap for Devin. I got a rep for the young kings resting in heaven. So I speak for Charmaine. I spaz for honor. I shine cause I'm blessed. I grind for my mama. Got degree, now you hot. What a cliche. One day I'ma speak Hawaiian so Nikkei to spark the revolution. Educated nonsense, strategic with the content. Represent the progress. Hold up. Back to revolution. All my folks, we gon' get this restitution. LA to Houston, Guate to Cuba, Rio to Denial, well be the golden child. I'm here now and I'ma teach these dumb rappers. I'ma eat the crumbs after having breakfast with a girl. Probably get some lunch after. I'm to another chapter, done with the status quo. And blacks taking the country, I feel like Overture. We freeing everybody, we'll put it in the Constitution. Slaves to supreme beings, but we free the revolution. One more time, hands up, how we do it? I said hootie hootie hoo. I shoot slipping solo, but I'll roll with my crew. Catch 22, shooters bang bang. Educate the hitters, that's the unchained gang. I said hootie hootie hoo. I shoot slipping solo, I roll with crew. Catch 22, shooters they bang. Educate my niggas, that's the unchained. Unchained. Are y'all rocking with I'll Be Free right now? One of the things this thing got me thinking, I'll be like, man, I feel like we've been here before. I was out on Saturday and I saw a car on fire. I was like, I feel like I've seen this before. I'm having flashbacks, y'all. I think we've seen this before. Can you drop that next one for me? This song unreleased. I'm gonna need a mosh if y'all with it. Flashbacks, keep on having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I keep having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I keep having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I keep having flashbacks. Flashbacks keeping me from sleeping. So I roll a blunt and pass them to my inner demons. Everything is fading and it's changing like the seasons. TLC into my secrets cause they creeping. He was leaking, seen blood on the concrete. That's your ass fault, cause you never should have tried me. That's an asshole. My brother, see? Flashbacks, keep on having flashbacks. Flashbacks, keep on having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I keep having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I can't sleep, no flashbacks. Hold up, flashback. Pull up in a hatchback, swerving here, reverse and jump the curb. My nigga all blast that. 4-5 to your enemy. Behind the lines of that energy, it's beyond infinity. Kill my buzz if you ain't going, you finna be. How the hell I'm gonna sleep? 5 shows this week, 5 bands 2 weeks. Shit, my hands is tied. Shit, my fam's on tweet. IG on E. You left on red. My ass is tired, bro. Flashbacks, keep on having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I keep having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I keep having flashbacks. Flashbacks, listen. This is my city that's crowded with cranes. City to south and we flooded with gangs. Under the weather, we call it the rain. Yeah, we call it the rain. Go from my hood and I'm betting that house. Handful of aces, I'm passing them out. Shooting my shots, my check never bounce. You can't catch my account. Words of my mama, I knew I would be up on the stage with the word at my feet. Throwing them shows, I was only 16. Mic in my hand when I'm chasing the dream. Bosky of crowns, I feel like a king. Putting in work when my enemies sleep. Know it's my name, but ain't none for free. Ain't none for free. Flashbacks, keep on having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I keep having flashbacks. Flashbacks, I can't have them flashbacks. Wake me up, wake me up. That ain't my song. Now look, sometimes I'll be speaking, sometimes I'll be talking, sometimes I'll be poeticking, okay? But the homies asked me to show up today and spit. Is that cool? Yeah, so I'll be rapping, yo. I just dropped an album called So What. You can go check that out. Support black artists. Shout out to all my homies. Right here, we representing the love right now. Part of our culture is music. We move, we dance, we bump, we jump, we dap it up. You know what I'm saying? We talk a little bit of shit, too. And so that's what we're doing today. That's what I'm doing today. I got a couple more songs. Is that cool? And I'm also going to bring up a special guest, but I got one more song, and I'm going to take a sip of water. Hey, if you not drinking water, if you like water, say something. Say it like, woo. Let me hear you say facts. Say facts only. Yeah. Facts only. Yeah. I just wanna see the sunset. Make sure that my sunset. I ain't even done yet. Running like a suspect. Rolling, I got no flats. Growing up, that's no flex. Southing on my whole back. I got bigger goals than my enemies have. I was burning down the roof to the ceiling is glass. Fill my with Hennessy fast. I need that energy back. I ain't flinching for the system and the penalty cash. Why the hell they frontin' talk about they selling cocaine? Nigga fuck around and they gon' hang you by that gold chain. I done seen the whole game. Once you get a taste of it, you can never hold fame. Trippy shit is laced with it. Boy, you better pace with it before you lose that race with it. I remember we was recording down in that basement. Music wasn't making shit. Talent, we was wasting it. Never told the truth, so had that karma. We was facing it. Trying to meet a meal and all them dreams, yeah, we was chasing them. Freddy versus Jason them. Nightmares and mask on, what's your occupation in? I'ma have to blast off something like a space cadet. Gravity is that strong. Hey, I'm just trying to see the sunrise, shine until the sun dries. You can't catch me tripping off of shrooms, but I'm a fun guy. Wild if I need to. Holes that I breathe through and see through. Knows I don't need you. If you don't believe who I am, I won't ever argue that. No, I don't debate with fools. All I do is cast facts. Man, y'all better act fast. Before you miss this last class, you can tell I pass math. Facts only. I'm trying to eat just like your fat homie. The contrast is stark. I'm like the Black Tony. Iron sharpens iron, keep a crew with daggers round. So we treat the paper like genetics when we pass them down. The service wrap around, patent style, conscious with the blackened style. These haters rap like hand-me-down. Class clowns thought you was funny back in junior high. And you ain't reached potential cause you wouldn't even try. Killed your dreams, metaphorical suicide. Niggas went to cop the newest J's thinking you could fly. Yeah, all gods chilling got wings. You don't never touch the sky if you don't get from off the tree. I'm just trying to jump from out the nest, break from out this cage and sing a song up on the stage. I'ma have to run a fade if they ever try to play me though. Born in 92, the ladies love me like the 80s though. Well, you need to chill, nah, I gotta get out more. How the hell I'm supposed to drop an album with no outro? Shout out to the little homies, always keep your eyes up. Be free, bring the energy until my time's up. One, y'all put up a one in the sky. That one go for one love. We want people, we want glow, we only got one. We only got one. I want y'all to say what's up to somebody to your left and right real quick. Just say what's up one time. Because we rocking, we here together. Now, I know some of y'all came today. Y'all didn't think y'all was going to see a brother up here rapping his ass off. That's okay. It's a part of the revolution, too. And so I got a couple more joints. I'm going to call up my sister because we're going to turn it down. We're going to do some spoken word for y'all because I want y'all to hear the words what we about to say.
Check.
Y'all hear her checking the mic. So I got Nikita Oliver about to come up here with me right now. She kind of crept up on me. This big sis, back when I was younger, bro, I was like 15, 16, growing up in the South End. I was a hooper. I see some of my hooper homies that I grew up with. What's up, Sean? You know what I'm saying? When I made the transition into music, this was one of the people that absolutely gave me a platform, told me that my voice mattered, and that's what I try to do. I don't just be out here protesting. I be really putting in work in my neighborhood. And anybody that know about me, I ain't even got to flex for that because that's the truth. So we're going to do this song. It's called Nia. We're going to do this poem. It's called Nia. Who knows what Nia means? I know y'all know. It means purpose. And in the African-American annual ritual, because I don't want to call it a holiday, I call it an annual ritual of Kwanzaa, the 5th day is Nia, and that means purpose. And so we made this song back in 2018, but it's a beautiful poem. We want to spit that for y'all. 17. Word up. Is that cool? So, yeah, y'all open your ears, open your hearts. Listen up.
Sometimes it's so confusing living in between, brushing up against what's unseen while it's punching me. Though my purpose goes beyond floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee, I know it's hard to see. Warrior blood on the ground, rows of concrete, tear up these streets, our greatest power being naturally. As we are who we be, grow with purpose, we build and we grow. For the children we owe, a world we don't know, before the seeds that we sow and the tears that we cry, water the lost souls of time, reclaim and reroot in what we know is truth. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Pull from inside more than our skin. It's the culture and vibe. We on a quest. We come from a tribe. Our hope won't subside. We are the moon and the tide. We ebb and we flow for the purpose of life. To love and be loved. To love and be loved. To love and be loved.
To love and be loved. And if I had a daughter, I would call her Nia and teach her know her story, because history ain't a feature. I see purpose in my niggas, steady losing G's. I ain't talking bands, man, I'm talking fam. My loved ones killed and dying from these diseases. Gotta keep it pushing while picking up all the pieces. Feeling overwhelmed, emotional during speeches. But I can't stop running. These streets will never defeat us. This the evidence of things unseen. Free these young black kings. My heart sings for elevation of the young black queens who should be leading the nation. And not in scoring or recording, we need something more. If your plan B fails, we still need something for your progression to better your next step. Because the politics is checkers, but life is more chess. Ringside in the box, we learned to bob and weave in. Real dreadlocks ain't never had no weaving. If they ever search and season my degree, then leave the last 3 at an F for free. They never felt it. While we hurting the helpless, no wonder they want to maul us. We always living so shellfish. Leaving heathens in the dust, my route to heaven is scenic. Seen it all burn down, then rise to fly like a phoenix. Even if the sun's setting, bet you we still working. The ethic is dedication, medication is service.
Surface is the purpose we live when we breathe. The earth is spinning around the sun, the stars and the moon are one. And if we live to grow light and dark, we have to know where there's a high.
Why?
We already beat the low.
Never afraid of the dark, I heard it's the light. Liberation from my own fear steering me right. I ain't never giving in. I ain't never giving up. All this love I got around, I could never self-destruct.
I ain't never giving in. I ain't never giving up. All this love I got around, I can never self-destruct. My soul conducts light, a brighter day, and it's right. Ancestors brought the fight so the ones they love in dreams can fly.
Love and be loved. Blessed that I can see love. Got some homies that's still lonely. That's probably because
they ain't know the purpose of life is more than the choice to survive. We live and we thrive. We give and we vibe for the people and tribe, hoping life beyond the divide. The waters we cross and the borders they build. We overthrowing the cotton and regrowing the fields because love is more than a field, so much more than a field.
I ain't never giving in.
I ain't never giving up.
All this love I got around,
I can never self-destruct.
I ain't never giving in.
I ain't never giving up.
All this love I got around,
I can never self-destruct. I ain't never giving in.
I ain't never giving up.
All this love I got around,
I can never self-destruct.
I ain't never giving in.
I ain't never giving in.
All this love we got around,
y'all make some noise for Nikita Oliver, y'all.
I ain't never.
I got one more and then I'm done. He told me I gotta go. Can y'all bounce with me? 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 You gonna see what you do on this hook. Cause you know where I'm from. Yeah.
How you really wanna move? What you really tryna do? You don't want no problem. What you think you need to prove? I be rolling with my goons, steady mobbing like some fools. Hitting niggas skipping school. We can hear the rain of fuel. South, 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 south.
Lately I've been hearing chatter, but it never matter. They ain't on the block. Coming live from South Seattle, where the only thing on news who getting shot. They ain't talking graduation or creation. They don't wanna see us flexing. Shout out to the residents. On my little homies next. While they're impressing their little pockets. Like who's invested their check on the dresser. Here come the question. Why use a weapon? Turning the cheap, but you pass the pressure. Title white, all in my black. They giving chances by turning my back. Fat raps in my knapsack. Cheese on the floor like a rat trap. I'm hitting the leg. I'm whacking the stove. I'm taking the grip. My backpack is full. Backpack is full. Full of that word. Look, I do my dirt, I do my work. They go to church.
How you really wanna move? What you really wanna do? You don't want no problem. What you think you need to prove? I be rolling with my goon, steady mobbing like some fools. Hitting ladies skipping school. We can hear the rain of fuel. South, 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 south.
I'ma tell the truth, I'ma tell the truth. Look. On my cutty sold trees, I ain't felt no need. Still had to proceed, still dope and hold keys. Music's how I'm dope dealing. I'm the highest in the building. Look at me, I made a killing. For the thugs and for the children.
How you really wanna move? What you really wanna do? You don't want no problem. What you think you need to prove? I be rolling with my goons, steady mobbing like some fools. Hitting licks, skipping school. We can hear the rain of fuel. Shout, shout, south, 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 south. Real big free.
Spit for the infinite to the finish. Oh. Spit for the infinite to the finish. Unlimited dividends. Here giving my spirit is here arithmetic in my lyrics until the beginnings is evolution. Deception through no confusion. I know you used to the foolishness, cluelessness, and these ruthless kids. Who can give us the truth again? I'm real be free, y'all. One love. It's all good. Holla at me.
One more time, y'all. Give it up for our young people in the building doing this thing. Come on now. Yeah. Swing whistle in the building. Y'all give it up for yourself one time too. Give it up for yourself. Just look around and look how beautiful this is right now. Look around. We're in the Central District. Deep as hell. Peaceful.
I
like it when we settle and we're quiet and we're present. That's so beautiful. So, in between, we're going to be doing chants. I really like the chant that Rail left us with. Hello. Oh, y'all caught me singing. Okay. Hi. Hello. Okay. I'm back. Hi. Okay. I ain't never giving in. I ain't never giving in. I ain't never giving in. All right. So I'm going to have Elijah. He's going to come up and introduce our next act. Thank you guys for being patient. Thank you guys for being present. Ashe? 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 Ashe?
All right, we got a sister that was displaced from the CD. Or the South End. Okay, South End. My bad, my bad, my bad. Make sure it's known from the South End, okay? But we all came from the CD like you said, okay? Okay, but some of us did. But my thing is this. We got some sisters that were displaced that are going to tell their story. I remember my family was displaced too. We grew up in the South End, but we couldn't live in the South End. Absolutely. I was born in a house in the South End. My dad died in a house in the South End. But we're gonna pass it on to this lady's. Let me get it right. Let me think about it. Let me think about it before. Delana Wallace and Jasmine Walters. My bad. Jasmine Walters. Let's introduce. Come on, let's make some noise. Come on for these ladies. Let's make some noise.
Hi, I'm really nervous right now. Before I start my speech, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Delana Wallace. I grew up on Henderson. I got displaced at 14 years old.
Hey, before you start, I need y'all to keep it down in the back over here so this young lady can be heard. All right? One more time. Let's go.
I got displaced when I was 14 years old. I grew up on Henderson. And, oh, that's way better. So being out here is really important to me. I just threw the Auburn protest by myself when I moved out there, so thank you for that. Being here is really important to me. Even though I did throw the protest in Auburn, I'm going to be real, like, there wasn't as many black people there. And I felt like I had to be PC because I had to work with the city to make a change. My goal is to make a black organization in Auburn, Washington, because people are getting displaced and moving down there. But then I was thinking yesterday, I don't even know any black people in Auburn. Hello. So I'm going to do my speech now. Speak up? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. I remember the first time I experienced racism. I was 8 years old, and me and my mom were going to her friend's house. When I walked through the door, I seen an old white man I've never seen before in my life. He started pointing at me, walking towards me angry, saying, "Why is that N-word in my house? Get that N-word out my house. That monkey is not allowed inside." I started crying as people in the house were pushing him away from me. My mom kneeled down and hugged me. I heard someone say, "Why is she crying so much? He's sick, he has Alzheimer's." Yes, he was white. Looking back as an adult, it just doesn't make any sense to me how you can have a disease that suffers memory loss, but yet your brain doesn't forget to be racist. The N-word is so specific, and the hate that you give is deep-rooted. I remember the first time a cop was aggressive with me. I was 5. They came into my house and arrested my mom and They came into my house and arrested my mom and put her in handcuffs right in front of me and my 2-year-old brother. Instead of taking me and my brother outside, they kept us on the couch next to my mother crying and screaming, telling them to please let our mommy go. They were destroying our home, breaking our things. And I know some of you wondering, well, what did your mom do? That doesn't matter. What matters is me, a 5-year-old black girl, didn't do shit. The officer grabbed my arm and snatched me from my mom and said, "Shut the fuck up." I don't remember anything after that, but I do know that I did shut the fuck up. The mother of Jesse Saray, a person of color killed by Auburn police, spoke to me once she found out that the city had reached out for me for discussion. I asked her, "What do you want me to say on the behalf of you and your son?" She said, "I want police reform. You can't retrain someone who's evil, but these officers are getting paid on suspension. These officers don't know anything about their communities. These officers work for us." She's right. These officers need to be held accountable for every single action. These officers have blood on their hands. But we're not having that no more. People of color and black people will protest and fight every single day until we get justice, until we get freedom that we were promised. I will die fighting for my rights because my life matters. Black lives matter. Thank you. What's up, y'all? My name is Jasmine Walters. Born and raised in South Seattle, but I was also born and raised right here in the CD, and I'm gonna speak something to you guys real quick. First of all, I want to thank everybody who came out here to march today and every day for the last week and a half. What we're doing is working, and our voices are being heard in union with those all across the nation and across the world. The work does not stop here, though. It does not stop with protests and marches for justice. The countrywide realities that we are here today to fight and overcome are deeply embedded in our nation's history and political and social foundations. What that means is that it is going to take even deeper and more intricate work to dismantle the systemic and structural racism in place. I want to take a minute to make sure that everyone understands what this means. Systemic racism is the reason why many non-black people are taught that African Americans are dangerous, less educated, better fit to work under others, among other things. It is the reason why these police institutions have criminalized our black skin. It is the assortment of historical and lifelong racist practices, daily microaggressions and anti-black ideologies that are ingrained in our American society. Structural racism is a key reason why this here Central District of Seattle has been so thoroughly gentrified just within my lifetime. It is the reason why there is a school-to-prison pipeline for black youth, and why the city has funded a new youth jail, and the Seattle Police Department, while Rainier Beach High School received no funding from the city in 2019. It is the interactions between institutions across time and space that reproduce racial inequality. This is not new. This is a way of maintaining control of the population that we have seen across the nation and throughout history, that systematically reproduces racial inequality in terms of access to education, careers, housing, food, healthcare, and more. I want to stress to you the importance of understanding the forces that are against us, which it then follows that we must educate ourselves on the things that did and did not work in the past to overcome them. To quote Assata Shakur, "No one is going to give you the education you need to overthrow them. Nobody is going to teach you your true history, teach you your true heroes if they know that that knowledge will help set you free." I grew up in South Seattle, spending pre-K through 8th grade at South Shore and working within the community past then. I also grew up here in the CD, going to New Hope Missionary Baptist Church down the street and spending weekends and summers at the Spruce Park Apartments. I have watched as this community has been transformed from a central location for black people and black culture in Seattle to a predominantly white neighborhood with hardly any spaces for black people and black culture. When the city of Seattle wants to see positive economic change, it leaves out the black and brown people who are most in need of help and empowerment. This not only needs to stop, but it also needs to be replaced with a system of economic and educational justice that includes all of the people that this proudly diverse city claims to care about. I cannot stress to you enough the power of educating yourselves, each other, and organizing for a specific cause. And I'm proud of the work that we've already done to do these things, and I encourage you all to keep going. Lastly, I want to acknowledge some of the African American people who have been murdered by cops and racist white Americans. I want to say their names. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Sean Furr, Manuel Ellis, Chantel Davis, Michael Brown, Ayanna Jones, Trayvon Martin, Tarika Wilson, Emmett Till, Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wesley, Carol Robertson, and Carol Denise McNair. There are thousands of more black people that I could name. And as we protest here today, we are not only here for the CD and for Seattle, but for all of the black people who have been murdered at the hands of racist Americans and all of the black communities that have been destroyed just the same. This must stop. Our black lives matter. Our black skin is not a threat. Our black women, queer, and trans people must be protected. And our black men must be valued. I leave you today with this, and sing along if you know the Ella song that honors freedom fighter and activist Ella Baker. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Good job.
Thank you to those beautiful sisters for contributing today. We appreciate them. We appreciate their stories. These are real life stories, y'all. These are not the viral stories you get to see and click and repost. This is someone you can see in the grocery store. This is someone you can see at Hemp Fest or any other festival that's out here, Festival Sandiata, Umoja Fest. Not to clout chase. But this is someone that you will see, understand what they're going through in a real way. Really ask someone, how are you today, and not just in a passive way. How are you doing today? Okay, I might not have time, but let's rap later. Let people know you care. We're all busy. We're all caught up in assimilation. We're all caught up in the matrix. But when are we going to break free? Because as soon as one starts to suffocate, like mold, it will grow. And it'll sneak up on you, and you'll think you're unaffected. Meanwhile, you're in a toxic home, and you don't even know it. So I really want to thank those sisters for providing those stories so we can actually bring it home and understand why we are here. This is not viral. This is real life. This is reality. Step out of the simulation and step into reality. Ashe? Ashe? Ashe. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to play a little bit of music, and then we're going to cut into the next speaker, the next performer. Ashe? Thank you.
Yo. You gotta wait for everybody to be quiet. Yo, I'm Solid Watt from the south side of the CD. Shout out to the people on the east. Shout out to my niggas that's locked up. It's a song for the cops. You know what I'm saying? A real Jackson native.
Really made.
Yeah, we say fuck all that in the CD. Fuck the cops, fuck the You know what I'm saying? We always got this one question though. You heard? So why they wanna jam on me? A fuck nigga wanna take what you got, but you can't take shit from me. Pussy nigga, you was never from the mouth. So why they wanna jam on me? A fuck nigga wanna take what you got, but you can't take shit from me. Pussy nigga, you was never from the mouth. So why they wanna jam on me? And I've been stuck in the streets. Middle finger to police. And we been trapping all week. Yeah, I want a Bentley coupe. I wanna sit that bitch on 30s, fuck some 22s. And at the dice game, these niggas, they be acting fool. He try to go dumb, I say, fuck it, I go retarded, dude. I call it keep a tool. I cock it back, it's in my pocket, rocket 32. He don't want even problems. He know I'm quick to solve them. He know my niggas, South Jackson, we always goons and goblins. So why the fuck you talking? Knowing you, I heard you probably fuck with the cops, and I know. You talk about us bad, pussy nigga, I know. And then you ain't gang, you ain't streets, and I know. You ain't never been 100, you don't stick to the code. So why they wanna jam on me? A fuck nigga wanna take what you got, but you can't take shit from me. Pussy nigga, you was never from the mouth. So why they wanna jam on me? A fuck nigga wanna take what you got, but you can't take shit from me. Pussy nigga, you was never from the mouth. So why they wanna jam on me? Why they wanna jam? They always talking to the cops and they don't give a damn. They always flexing on a book or call it Instagram. But you ain't instant in the street and you will never blam. You always like you is a bitch and yeah, we know you hoe. You know you never been a gangster, you should get exposed. You do this shit just for the TV and these attributes, but you don't really got no motherfucking attributes. You ain't no street nigga, you ain't a fucking hundred. You hardly working with the cops, I don't know who you stunning. I don't know why these niggas bitch, hoes, pussy get exposed. I'm a real nigga, I'm a real nigga. That's that solid wop. My bad. That's that solid wop from the south side. You know?
All right, thank you. Thank you for that colorful performance. Welcome to the hood, y'all. Stop playing games. This is one of the reasons why we can't get along. Because y'all see something, y'all get scared. Y'all see some pain in you guys. It ignites some pain in you, and you wonder, am I that angry? Am I that upset? Why is he feeling that way? Why are you feeling that way? This is a reflection. This is a mirror. Let's check ourselves. Ashe? Ashe? Ashe. I just have to get in there, right before y'all start to think stuff. And I know we're unplugging from the matrix, right? So it's easy to fall back into that programming and that bias. But I need to let you know, this is an educational experience. You don't get to judge how the education comes. Ashe? Ashe? Ashe. All right, so we're going to have some speakers come up next. These speakers are representing Black business in Seattle. These are people who have businesses. So when you ask, how can I invest into the community? These are the people. Again, when you see him driving down the street, you know you have a face to a name, a business to a name. So I have Elijah. He's going to come up. He's a young entrepreneur in Seattle. He's going to speak his piece. Coming up after him, we'll go right into Antonisha Jackson, Toto Jackson. These are both the organizers that spent countless hours to make sure this happened. So they're also coming on behalf of their business because they're not just bosses to bring people together. They're bosses in real life. So we're going to give them the floor, and we're going to listen in because, again, you can't say, how can I invest into the community when you have two people in front of you right now telling you how they are thriving. Ashe? Ashe? Ashe.
All right, family. This really means a lot to me right here today. We had 3 days to organize this. 3 days. And they say Black people can't unite. They say we can't work together. They say we're no good. They're constantly down talking to us, right? Because for a minute, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was alone. But then now I see I'm not. See, that's a beautiful thing about testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. All right. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. See, I didn't grow up with a dad like some brothers, you know, out here. But it's not the story y'all may think. My dad, his heart stopped. There was no other choice. We were living in the struggle, right? But my dad said that he was going to take care of my mom. You see, for my mom, she had never really been married to a man before she had her children. I have 5 other brothers and sisters. And I don't care because my mom is a strong woman. My mom was independent. She did her stuff. She made a way for us. But we like to look down on people who go through a struggle. But nobody knows her story here, so y'all can't even think about that. Y'all got to understand, before we judge somebody, look at their story. Because we've all done things that we made mistakes for and we can regret. But that's what makes us human. Because none of us are perfect. I don't care what nobody says, what book you look at. None of us are perfect. But my dad passed away before I was born in my mama's stomach. See, I had a disconnect. My black side of the family, they never connected with me. They're in Michigan. I still don't know them. I never met them. So my family's here in the Central District, in the South End. I have aunties and uncles all around. You know what I mean? But I grew up in the South End, just being straight up. You see, it was hard growing up because my mom wanted the best for us. She got 5 kids, and back in Skyway when we were growing up, it was like crack alley. You know what I mean? All types of stuff was going through. SWAT team was coming in. My mom had 5 kids to look at, or excuse me, rest in peace. My brother passed away. So 4 kids to look after. So she moved. Rest in power, come on. She moved to the east side. See, we went to white schools, public school system, so I was always targeted. I didn't know, but I remember I didn't even want to go to a school because it's like I was always racially profiled. Always seeing that I couldn't do anything. Always felt inferior. Didn't know why. Because I wasn't connected to my community or my people. I was connected to a church full of people, but not my community. And that is a strong disconnect. So that's why we're all here today. And I'm speaking for all these people who might not have this. We need to make sure that this still reigns beyond this pandemic, beyond this movement. We got to keep this movement alive, fully breathing. We got a lot to do. We got buildings over there that we're going to proclaim. We're going to demand. You got to manifest it. I'm going to talk to you about manifestation and how powerful it is. Because I manifested my life today. And I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to talk to y'all about that. Okay? So I'm going to tell y'all, you know, growing up in this struggle, my mom's house burned down. We suffered homelessness, living in hotels. We were living in shelters, and my mom always made a way. Yeah, I know. So she always made a way for us, right? We was always living in you know, the east side trying to do the best for us, right? So then I came back to Renton when I was in 6th grade or whatnot. Long story short, I ended up moving out at 16. I was on and off by 13, you know, hitting the streets and everything else. But I was on my own at 16 years old. Didn't have nobody. Nobody. Didn't feel like I had a community. Didn't feel like I had people who supported me. Didn't feel like people believed in me. I was in, you know, I was in special ed. You know what I mean? That's where they put the angry black males in special ed, right? Because we're too much for them, right? We're too much. But you see, we're leaders. We demand our presence to be known because we're kings, okay? We're natural-born kings, okay? We demand it. Wait. Okay. So my thing is this, because this story has to be told, okay? I met White King. Come on now. I'm gonna keep on going. So I met White King when I was 17 years old, y'all. I started my first business. I started expounding upon that. I had people that was working for me and everything else. I was going to school. I was homeless at times. I had my own car. I was paying my own bills. I had to figure it out for myself. And you see, we see it, but the other side don't, because they don't know what it is to be in our shoes, right? I own 4 businesses now. I own a funeral home because I care about this community being buried the right way, okay? Because I seen how they buried my brother. I seen how they buried my grandma, and they wasn't the right way, okay? So I started a funeral home at 18 years old, okay? Because I care about my community. Flourish Financial Group, we're talking about financial literacy because that's what we need for our community. Financial literacy so we can get some stuff for us. We can get generational wealth and build wealth as a community. We need life insurance, y'all. My family got $210,000. My niece and nephew are taken care of. My mom can buy her a house, y'all. That's the difference. If I don't make it, she gonna be okay. Come on now. And I own a cleaning company as well. And an entertainment company. You know, I'm doing multiple things, but the thing about it is there's nothing wrong with that. The business owners, the people who are wealthy, they leave billions of dollars to their descendants, and they don't have to do nothing. So you can do multiple things, but you got to structure it right. That's why you got to have Africa Town, a nonprofit organization that's behind you, supporting you, leading you, showing you how to do it the right way so you're not going to jail. And we don't got to do this crazy stuff out here in the streets. People are risking their lives out here just for some finances, bro, just for some financial freedom. We all trying to be out here for financial freedom. I heard a statistic say 72% of all crimes are because of finances. So if we can get the financial literacy in order, everything else will be in order. Okay, y'all? That's all I got to say.
Y'all give it up for him. Y'all make some noise for him now. Come on.
Okay, so I got to name my businesses now, okay? Heavenly Memorials, y'all. That is my funeral home. I believe I am the youngest black business owner of a funeral home in the whole entire world. I think I'm the youngest person in the whole entire world to open up a funeral home. I opened it up at 18 years old. I own my own. Flourish Financial Group is a financial service firm. I'm putting everybody on. Come on, y'all. Y'all need some help? Let me know. Let me know. Reach out, okay? Elijah L. Lewis is my name. Cleaning to the T is my cleaning company. That is where I'm going to have equal level of employment. And I'm going to build. I want to work with my employees. They're not even my employees. They're my team members. I want to build each and every one of them and make sure that their futures are cared for and that they have a plan, a financial plan with that, and also generational wealth. And then Ethereal Records is my entertainment company, y'all. I got investments, too.
Period, okay? Period.
Make some noise one more time for Elijah, y'all.
Y'all, I am not a in front of the camera, in front of the people type person. Hey, girl. So I'm going to just let you know a little something about myself and what I do. I am part owner of Give Me Exclusive Clothing Line, exclusive boutique, formerly located on MLK and Union. One of the things that was a priority for me, I'm a CD baby. And so I knew after I went to college, I went to Howard University, big up to all the HBCUs. I see y'all. Who gonna educate us but us? So that's why HBCUs are important. I got to make that shout out clear as day. A lot of times they question our education, but what you're feeding us isn't education. It's BS. And so who's going to teach us about ourselves? How are we going to learn about how our people came from businesses? Mecca. They call Howard the Mecca because that's what we're doing. We're creating a Mecca of opportunities. So when we talk about institutional racism, we also have to talk about the institutions that we're building ourselves. And they're out there. Don't get confused. I see owner of One Hour right here. Don't get confused. The institutions are there. We need to feed into them. We need to fund our people. So when we talk about buying black, it's because the black dollar doesn't circulate in our own community enough. That's another story. What I'm talking about is myself. And I made it a priority to leave so that I could get educated, to feed my soul, to feed my knowledge, to feed my heart, so that I could bring it back to y'all. I didn't get a master's degree for myself. I did not do that for myself. I did that for my community. They steal from us on a daily basis. They're talking about rioting and looting and stealing. What have you done? Look at your museums. Where did that stuff come from? So when I talk about businesses, I've seen little girls have businesses. My niece has her own business. Come on, people. It's not that hard. We're smarter. They take our swag. They take everything, don't they? So we need to be the people who are putting it out there and making sure that companies are paying us for our creations. You see that black art back there? We need to buy that art. We have artists, musicians, lawyers, doctors. We are a community of brilliant people, entrepreneurs. Everything I do is for my people. Me and Tammy was talking about this. I held the Nipsey Hussle memorial last year at MLK Park. And I didn't do that for myself. I did that because my people needed to grieve, and they needed a peaceful place for them to grieve. And we also have to create places and spaces for us to do that, because they don't let us do that in school. Oh, you're crying? What's wrong with you? I'm a teacher as well. I've taught for the last 6 years between here and LA County jails, also here in Seattle Public School System. And I've seen with my own eyes institutionalism, where they put kids in classes because they don't know what to do. But that's just for us to build upon. That's for us to create schools. That's for us to insert ourselves into these places and these spaces that need us, that need faces that look like us. Every time I see a child crying, I ask, what's up? If I drive past 23rd and Jackson and I see some young boys on the corner, I'm going to stop. I'm going to see what they need, because this is my community. All of that being said, I'm going to bring it back around to financial security, because that's something that they stripped from us, right? They didn't teach us about credit cards or loans or what we're supposed to do. They denied us bank loans. There's still redlining going on in this community right now. We don't have access to health care. We don't have access to a lot of things. But what we're going to stop right now is letting that determine our future. Our future is so bright. When I tell you I have dreams about this neighborhood and how beautiful and black it is. Blackity, black, 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 okay? When I say I'm rooting for everybody black, I mean everybody black. When I see a black, I just saw a lady selling masks. She gonna get my $10 today. She gonna get my $10. Because if I have enough money to go out and buy these J's, if I got money to buy J's, I can go to Catfish Corner. So please don't tell me that, oh, I don't know where to shop. I don't know where to go. We're having a network, and that's what Africatown is doing as well. We're building a network so people have access and knowledge to the black-owned businesses, to the black artists, to the everything. If you need a lawyer, I want you to have a black lawyer. There's no reason. You need a dentist? I want you to go to a black dentist. So we're creating these environments, these networks, and we're using our platforms. I don't want to see nobody with over 1K of a follower not post this rally today. I don't care if you got 200 followers. I want to see it on your social media. It's important to use our voices. Our voices are powerful. I'm a black woman. They try to silence me every day. Do you know what it's like to feel neglected, unprotected, and rejected? I'm almost done, y'all, I promise. I want everybody to know that education is a part of your future. Every single day. And I'm not talking about just going to universities. I'm talking about trade schools. What happened to SVI? Come on. Come on, we could talk about it. What happened? Where are our museum? We want it. Juneteenth. We popping it on Juneteenth. I don't know if y'all know, but we are popping it on Juneteenth. Hit me up. We're out here. We're out here. But I really want to just make sure that it comes full circle and that we all know that this is about teaching ourselves. We have to educate ourselves every single day, whether that's in the university, whether that's online. I call it Google University. You can learn a lot of stuff on Google, but you got to decipher through. I want everybody to take the time to make sure that you know you are powerful, you are worthy, and you matter. Thank you.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We have one more speaker coming up to talk about financial literacy. And Spirit talks to me. Spirit told me and said, you should tell them why we say buy black. It's not because we're selfish. It's not because we're stingy. It's not because we want to just isolate ourselves away from you. Did you listen to what Elijah said? The reason why crime happens is because there's financial insecurity. So when you want to get on Facebook or anything else and talk about looting, when you want to go and talk about not even just the looting, people hitting licks, when you want to talk about people having to go steal, hitting banklets, think about why we say buy black. Would you rather buy black or would you rather get jacked? That's what I want you to think about. So don't think we want to snatch the wealth away and we just want to have it for ourselves. No, we want to be in some peace. We want to be able to come home and say, the reason why we worked all day is because we have this meal on our table. The reason why we worked all day is because we can have some family peace. The reason why we worked all day is because we can give reverence to our ancestors. Not, I worked all day and how can I pay my rent? I worked all day and my mortgage is due. I worked all day and I can't get a loan. Now I got to go hit a lick. I really want you to think. And I'm really talking to our allies. Because as I have these speakers coming up, we're talking to our community, but you're present, and I'm going to acknowledge you. Keep your ears open. Check your bias. We're all here so we can be in peace. Why do we want something? So we can be in peace. Why do we want to keep it? So we can be in peace. Why do we want to grow it? So we can be in peace. Get white supremacy out your head.
What's good, my people? What's good, my people? I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming out here. I'm Fanico Glover Jr., and this is my city. You know what I'm saying? I got my own company, a youth agency called Sprout. I help other black, white, wherever you are, turn into entrepreneurs, you know? This is what we do. We got to build each other. I seen my mom standing right here. Grew up on Section 8. That's not cool. You know? I had to learn and struggle and fight. People told me I couldn't do nothing. You know, people even told me I was just going to be in the streets. I'll be dead by 21. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping my people change their lives. You know, I grew up in the South End. But as I grow day by day, I see my community change. I see people come in buying property that don't even look like me. And I ain't got a problem with you, but you ain't in my city. You ain't from where I grew up. I'm sorry. And I love each and every one of you guys. But this is where we come from. We come from the struggle. We come from the gutter. Where I seen people get killed. You know what I'm saying? Police coming in my community telling us that we ain't good enough. Even in school. I went to West Seattle High School. I went to Hamilton International. I didn't go to school in my community, but I'm going to change my community. I'm bringing it back. CD, South End, West Seattle. This is what we do. This is our home. We stand proud. We stand together. We stand united. You know, I got another business called Rep It Step. Where I make high school memorabilia. Because that's going to be forever. You're going to remember where you come from, no matter what neighborhood you went to. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, this is our home, and you ain't running us out. I'm saying that. This is our home. It's what we do. Every time you drive around Rainier, every time you drive down MLK, know that we built that. And we fight for that each and every day. And I'm going to step for my people no matter what. I love y'all.
Y'all give it up one more time for that young man right there. Give it up for him. Let him feel your love. Let him hear it. Let him hear it. Come on.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. Ballin' the solo way. And if you pattern my trend, I make you my protege. Crossing that soldier race. Niggas don't know them days. Take you in back of the buildings. Make you expose your rage. Take you across the tracks. Make you explode the face. Now you official now. But you got a soul to save. I just been cooking that new. I'm about to drop in a few. Think if I call it the great, the people gon' call it the truth. I ain't really trip on the credit. I just paid all of my dues. I just respected the game. Now my name all in the news. Tripping on all of my moves. Quote me on this, got a lot more to prove. Remember I came in this bitch, fresh out the county with nothing to lose.
Ashe? 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 Are we still present? Are we still present? Are we still present? Are we still here? Are we still here for the right reasons? Are we still here so we can be in unity? Okay, okay, Ashe. Okay, I'm gonna have Elijah. He's gonna introduce our next act, our next performance, and we'll move smoothly. Thank you.
All right, so I gotta introduce my big cousin, Peyton. We've been rocking since I was born, y'all. So I gotta introduce him. We're gonna have him come up called Melanin. So come on, bring it up.
What's good, Seattle? How y'all doing? Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, look, man, I'm not really with the talking and everything like that, so I'm gonna keep it simple with y'all. I love my black skin, y'all. I love my nappy hair. I love my high booty. And the one thing about me is I know when people that don't like me, I like laughing in their face, man. And the thing is about me, when you laugh at people, you know, they get mad. So I start dancing in front of them, you know. So the thing about my style of dance is called crump. I can really get off in front of you. I don't have to touch you, but you know what I'm talking to you about. So if I could real quick, y'all, if y'all can get your cameras out real fast, can I get off for you guys? Can me and my bro get off for you? For all these haters out here that don't like our skin color? For all the haters out here that don't like our brown hair? All right, let's go, y'all.
Black. Black, black, black. Black on black, black. Yeah. Hey. Okay, black, 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 black on black, black, my thoughts so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm rocking that black on black is black.
Rims on this black wheels in this black whip with this black bitch.
Black,
so black on black on black on black on
black, 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 black on black, black, my thoughts so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm rocking all black, everything is black.
Rims on this black wheels in this black whip with this black bitch. So black on black on black on black on.
Hey, black out the coupe, hop out the roof when I run into you. Dark black is the dark side of the moon. Won't be no truce, won't be no truce. At your funeral in an all black suit. Couple white girls rocking all black too. Me and your man marching on all black boots. Call up the troops, call up the troops. Punch you in the mouth, then knock out your tooth. I can tell when they not telling the truth. Talking that shit, nigga, what you gon' do? What you gon' do? What you gon' do? Back and I'm black and I'm acting brand new. Niggas in the back like, oh word. Diamonds all black like, fuck what you heard. Fuck what you heard. Fuck what you heard. Spilling some Hennessy black on the curb. Just for the memory of the deceased. When I black out, I've awakened the beast. What it's gon' be? What it's gon' be? You don't want fuck with a nigga like me. Bet you never seen motherfuckers so black. Nigga, I'm black on black on black on black on black. Black, black, black on black. Black, my thoughts so black. Black, black, I'm black. My skin is so black. I'm rocking that black on black
is black. Rims on this black, wheels in this black wheel with this black bitch. I'm so black on black on black on black on black, 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 black on black, black, my thoughts so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm rocking all black, everything is black. Rims on this black, wheels in this black wheel with this black bitch. I'm so black on black on black. I feel like Trayvon with this black hoodie on, Huey P. Newton, Black Revolution. I'm with a Nubian queen and some illegal aliens. I got a black fist barred up and it ain't just me, it's all us. 400 years of oppression, I'm about to give me that black Tesla. Black skid marks on the pavement, cops wanna see me in a black cage. Black on black on black, Master Juba with the tap dance, Gucci with the Dapper Dan, tell them kiss my black ass. Riding on a dino with the black mags, just another black man trying to stay up out the casket. Yeah, black don't crack, matter of fact, where the fuck are 40 acres at? We black on black on black on black on black, 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 black on black, black, my thoughts so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm rocking that black on black is black. Rims on this black, wheels in this black wheel with this black bitch. I'm so black on black on black on black on black, 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 black on black, black, my thoughts so black, 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 I'm black, my skin is so black, I'm rocking all black, everything is black. Rims on this black, wheels in this black wheel with this black bitch. I'm so black on black on black on black.
This kid black, Tim's black, hill tracks like I'm 6 black. Hair blacker than black, lips black, black, even my dick, even my dick black. Granddad, I ran that, I ran that, I ran that.
Ashe? 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 All right.
Okay, yeah, we got a Chicago native called Banu. Give him some noise. Come on, we know what's going on in Chicago right now. Come on, we got to be here for our people, man.
Yo, what up, y'all? My name is Banu, and I'm going to spit a poem for y'all. But first, I need y'all to rock with me for a minute. Can you repeat after me? It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Man, say it like you mean it. We have nothing to lose but our chains. There it is. There it is. This poem is called Hands. Today, the white reporter stumbles to me, all shivers and sacrifice, all head down and headlined. She asked me, so why are you so upset when blacks shoot blacks all the time? I only know how to answer in ghost story. I only know how to answer in sacrifice. She say, so what are you fighting for anyway? I answer with a list of names longer than this poem can ever be. I answer with a list of black rage poems rewritten and still writing. I say, beware the day of sacrament when the silent soldier becomes the angry activist. I was first given war paint when my mother's womb became a double barrel filled with half a bullet, half a target. Frontliners, today we forge our fists in history. We shoot in tongues of warrior with a palm full of heartbeats and our hands shape shift into pack of panther, pistol, prowling. Beware the night of the full moon when the full coon becomes the full goon. When black rise from this full tomb, this apocalypse got God in her womb. God's in this room, all Bantu and bulletproof and Nuck and Buck, holding the weight of Zulu. Listen, can you hear the 228 buried battle cries in our footsteps? We've been black carbon, y'all can keep Ben Carson. The revolution will only spit out arson, arsenal of spiritual. Be black woman of root work miracle. Tsunamis of black suffrage spewing from our fountain. We are reaching for the mountain. Can you put your fist up? Put your fist up. We are reaching for the mountain. We are bleeding through the sun. I will walk through your bullets till the final day is done, till the final day is won. We don't know nothing about no lead on this line. We don't know nothing about no dead on this line. Sometimes I wonder if we are more sacrificed than savior, if our voice will run out before their bullets do. We are bleeding through the sun. She asked me why we fight while I'm bleeding through the gun. She asked me why we fight till the final day is done. She asked me why we fight. I answer, today we sever the shadow with safety. Cause if another blue bullet touches another black one of us, you should lock your doors and roll up your windows, cause you can catch these hands. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Yo, make some noise for this young man. Make some noise.
Make some motherfucking noise. Excuse my
Yo,
language.
give it
Make
up.
some noise. Give it up. Come on. I want to hear y'all.
Give it
All the way
up. Come
from
on,
Chicago.
y'all.
Come on, Badu. Come on. Let's give it up. Come on now. That's what I want to talk about. Come on, unity. Unity. Up next, we got an OG from the CD, Deshay.
Yeah. How y'all doing? All right. Yeah, I'm going to make it short and brief, you know, but I'm going to go ahead and extend it. Check this out. I'm with the movement, you know. It's called opposition gentrification. Can you say it with me? Oh, y'all didn't say it with your chest, though. You know what I mean? You didn't say it with your chest, though. You got to say it like you mean it. Opposition gentrification. Okay, with that being said, we're going to kick it off like this. We're going to stay over here. Hey, hold it. Keith, you going to do me like that, man? Ooh, I still love you. I still love you, gang. Yeah, check this out. Look, BLC equals you. This is a little math. Black love in the community equals what? Unity. Can you say that too? Black love in the community equals... There you go. Yeah. Now, check this out. I've been in this neighborhood all my life. You know what I mean? All my life. My granny and them, they've been here 60, 70 years. So I done seen the rise of an empire, and I done seen the fall. But you know what? Out of the ashes came the phoenix. You know what I'm talking about? So we're going to rebuild. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing against those that come in here and do what they do. We don't hate them for hating us. We just dislike the fact that they do. You dig what I'm saying? We don't hate white people. We don't walk around hating no white people or nobody else. We just dislike the fact. See, they don't understand that energy, that we just like the fact that they don't like us. You know? And we got a right to defend ourselves. And when I say that, I don't always mean by physicality. Sometimes it's technicality. Sometimes it's mental. You dig what I'm saying? Sometimes it's spiritual. You feel me? So we got to fight back on all levels. You know what I'm talking about? We're in the midst of a war right now. You know, biological, chemical warfare, we all that. Everybody get educated on the facts and what's going on around here. Pick up a book. Quit picking up that gun and that phone. You know what I mean? Pick up a book, man, and put your head in it and read something for a minute. You know what I'm talking about? Get hip. For real. You know what I mean? I see all my people out here, and I love all my people. Check this out. We walking on spiritual grounds right now. You know? Granny and them, you know what I'm talking about? They blood, sweat, and tears throughout the years right here. You know what I'm talking about? For real. You know? And they living in houses right now that got a whole lot of spiritual history in it. And then they put a Black Lives Matter sign on the front line. That confuses me sometimes when you're not reinvested in the people that's been here before you. You done pushed them out of here. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? That just don't make sense to me. But you know what? Check this out. I ain't going to take too much of your time, you know, because I got a whole lot to say, and I got some spillage for you, too. We can sit down and go over it. I got a whole book in my head. You know what I'm talking about? A few of them. Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? But I'm going to do this song, though. I know the Young Life got up here, and he did his thing, and, you know, he put it down, and, you know, he cussed us out a little bit. But, you know, we love him. We love him. You know what I mean? We love him. You know what I mean? That's the culture. You know what I mean? But check this out. One last thing before I get into this song. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is, we don't hate the white culture. We don't hate nothing, actually. We just dislike the white supremacy culture. There's a difference between white culture and white supremacy culture. See, there's a difference. You got to know the difference. You know? One don't like you, one hates you, and one will embrace you. Do you know about that? because we have many allies throughout the years, man, 400 years of them. For real, believe it, though. They sweep us under the rug for the ones that put it down, you know, for us to come up out of slavery. They wrote the Constitution for white people, by white people. But we're going to rewrite the Constitution. You know what I mean? We're going to put our own twist into it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make it work for all of us. You know what I mean? It can't just work for a certain group. It got to work for everybody. You know what I mean? If it don't work for everybody, this thing going to burn. That's what it been doing. It's going to burn. You know what I mean? The fabric of this whole nation is going to rip apart. It's going to shred. You know what I'm saying? So we here to just rewrite. We're going to make it happen, and we're going to do something different. So on that note, you know what I'm saying? Kick the song because you're a little early with it, but we're gonna split it. Yeah. You know I'm still living in this cold world. I'm still living. D-E-S-A-I-N-T, you know I'm still living in this cold world. I'm still living. You know I'm still living in this cold world. We still living, y'all. Still here. Yeah. You know I'm still living. For real though. In this cold world. I'm still living. The world's at war. Don't nobody want peace. We killing ourselves and getting smoked by police. Up in the streets is peace. Feel the warriors grieve. Standing taller than trees, but still falling like leaves. In the streets, capiche. You out here dodging the beats. Maybe dodging them rounds. The 4-5s when it pounds. Another black man down. That's a stripe in your town. In the vital statistics, the murder rate is astound. But we gotta rebound, rebuild. Going so hard on the field. Game your eyes get peeled. Game is being revealed. Never will I reveal. The heart of a soldier is real. Running mouth, ain't no talking that'll get you killed. I stay concealed like a weapon, but I'm productive. Got my hammer, make it dance. You don't wanna touch this. Hold you crush this. Stabbing with my black fist. My nation's full of G's. They got us on a blacklist. Yeah. You know we still living in this cold world. I'm still living. We still living. Yeah. You know I'm still living, y'all. They ain't gonna take us out of this. We gonna stay mashing. We gonna stay rising. Yeah. You know I'm still living. Listen to the words. Yeah. Get hip to it. D-S-A-I-N-T, you know I'm still living in this cold world. Hey, emancipate your thinking, it's the proclamation. There ain't no explanation, it's money, the motivation. In this life we facing, we steady rat racing. These bullets keep chasing, I'm still a street basing. Free all my bros in sticky situations. Victim of the system, these crooked, these Caucasians. Trying to rape my nation because we pro-black. They trying to kill us all, but yeah, we bounce back. I'm staying on the map, never let my game lag. And yeah, it's a fact, if they attack, I'm gon' clap. I never been a rat, but I still get my cheese. Cowards making pleas, telling on their enemies. We was thick as thieves, had to let you cowards breathe. Used to hustle same block with the same jeans. Love life, thanking God for the loyalty. Better watch your back in these streets before you get greased. Look, you know I'm still living in this cold world. I'm still living. D-S-A-I-N-T, you know I'm still living in this cold world. I'm still living. Yeah, you know I'm still living in this cold world. I'm still living. D-S-A-I-N-T, you know I'm still living in this cold world. I'm still living. Hey, I'm still living. Yeah, we still living. Yeah, we still taking and we still giving. Yeah, so let's keep doing it. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving it. Yeah, stay improving it. Believe that. Yeah, stay that. One love, everybody. Central District, South D, and West Side, stand up. Hello.
Ashe? 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 Ashe. All right, y'all. So, are y'all tired? Are y'all tired? Are y'all tired? Ashe. Okay. So we got some real rap about to go down. I mean, when I say down, I mean down to the down to the down, down, down. Okay. We have White King. This is the young, well, he ain't that young no more, but you know, we gonna call him young. Young man who believes in his community. The proof is in the pudding. I want to implore you guys to take the message and not hold on to the messenger. Eat the fruit and spit out the seeds so the next one can grow. Don't stop yourself because the messenger is intimidating or they may say something that you don't align with. Listen to the message, get your nutrients, and go do your work. Ashe? So we're going to have White King come up speaking on behalf of Africa Town. Following him, we're going to have Enye Wokoma coming to speak up on behalf of Wanawari. We have these two speakers coming up at this time so you guys can understand what these institutions look like in walking around form. Again, this is putting faces to names. How can I help? Where can I donate? Where can my corporation donate? I'm taking this back to the boardroom. I heard about Africatown. I heard about Wanawari. So allies, ears open. Ashe? Ashe? Ashe. All right, Joaquin.
Peace. 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 Yeah. So I got to give it up to my brother D Saint, man. We go back all the way to, CAY, Brown and Gold, And we for all of that, from the Valley Hood to the Mad Block to the U to Cherry, Yesler, Do So. The action's always on. You know it. To the bottoms, to the south, we got to unite all this. We got to put the petty beefs to the side. And some of them are serious, real beefs. But they not stronger than 400 years. They not stronger than 400 years of what they putting on us and still putting on us. So we got to bring it together. We got to bring it together, and we got to focus. They've been talking about looters, looting, and property damage. But see, we stand here as descendants of the original loot. Descendants of the original people that was brought here as property. So what about the damages that we've been dealing with? Why they talking about looting and property damage, and all they doing is filing insurance claims on inventory that they wasn't selling because we in the midst of a global pandemic, okay? So like we said, it's cool, take a knee, but over here, what we want, that's right. They could take a knee, but what we want is they bosses to pay the fee. That's reparations. We got to get ours. Repair rations. We need rations to be repaired, right? So when we look around and we don't own none of this, we got to change that. That's what this is about. We got to press the line and hold the line, because they trying to figure out right now how they going to break us down, divide us, divide all this unity, this oneness, use their little money, use their little grant processes. But a program won't keep us here for the next 140 years. But when we control the land, we can control what happens on the land. When we control the space, we control what happens in the space. And we know when they came with weed and seed and no loitering laws and took seats out of the bus stops so we couldn't congregate, because more than three together is what? They called it an uprising. But in the Bible, it say where two or three gather, that's what? Yeah, that's the presence of God amongst us. That's what's going on right here, right now. So, I need everybody to focus, though. Pull out your phone. King County Equity Now.com. So we just need to make sure. Pull out your, it's right here. King County Equity Now. Screenshot that, retweet it, share it, so everybody can get logged in so they know what the next move is. We're not outnumbered. We're out what? We're out organized. But now we're getting organized. And to all those people that's on the front lines facing them gases and the canisters and all of that, I'm going to just say, don't be a sitting duck. Because one of our greatest told us, float like a what? Sting like a what? Yeah, they can't beat us when we use our brilliance. So move how you move. Whatever we got to do, whatever must be done to get these knees up off our neck is what must be done. So, KingCountyEquity.now.com. Make sure you're accounted for in there. Your name is in there. You can give there. Tell other people to give there, because this is just the beginning. We're pushing it all the way to the south end. And what we're doing here with Africatown is getting models for us to build our communities. We've done it before. We built the original civilizations coming out of slavery with no land. We built whole jurisdictions. We built Black Wall Streets in Tulsa, in Rosewood, in Haiti, in Durham. And they came in and burned us down and terrorized us out of that. That's why some of our people came north. They had to leave the South. They were still in their land. That's what they was hanging people about. It was about economics and terrorism to control and suppress our economics. And they had another strategy here. They used weed and seed. They used redlining. But the result is the same. We're off the land. So we got to get on the land. We got to hold down our squares. Because it's about measurables. It's about tangibles. How many square feet? How many square inches? How many square miles? That's what we got to control. Because everything that exists got to have space to exist. So that's what this is about. So we together. We're going to stay together. We're going to move together. And it's just a beautiful sight to see. You know? And it's beautiful hearing my brothers and sisters with all their brilliance bringing in 4 cars. We need a soundtrack to the revolution. We need a soundtrack to the movement. We need art for the movement. We need film and video for the movement. We're going to beat them with that creativity. We're going to beat them with that. But if it got to be what it got to be, then it's got to be that too. Peace.
Ashe? 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 All right. Now we have Yidam Sek and Wakoma representing Wanawari.
Actually, we have Yidam Sek. Wait. You gotta, we don't know. She act like she gonna step in the background, but that don't happen. So we got Yidam Sek, Teme Wakoma, and Inye Wakoma representing Wanawari. Wanawari means our home in Kalabari, southern Nigeria. That's where my dad's from.
Hey, it's noted. It's noted. Hey, can we get a hoo-ha for 23rd and Union, though?
Yes.
We still on the block.
We're still on the block. Right.
So.
So the reason the 3 of us are up here, Wanawari means our home in Kalabari. So this is the science behind Wanawari. This is my brother. This is my daughter. Okay? Our family arrived in Seattle, Washington in 1942. We've been in the CD. We're still in the CD.
Let's go.
All right? All right? So just so you know, anybody who was here and had to leave, we are here holding it down for you. Okay? That's what we're about. So here's the science. Our family had 12 homes in the CD. We were not spared the ravages of redlining and gentrification. We're down to 3 homes, but those 3 homes are being transformed into community spaces. Okay? Okay? So when we took my grandmother, one of my grandmother's homes, and turned it into a center for Black art, Black stories, Black organizing, Black connection, Black love, Black joy, we're doing it for our past, our present, and our future. Okay? Our goal is for all y'all to come back. That's actually our goal. So, again, here's the science on Wanawari. Wanawari is a Black art center. No, let me start on the other end. Wanawari is a land use and organizing project masquerading as a Black art center. That's the science. That's the science. We take a home, we turn it into a community space. We translate the value of that space into something that is relevant for everybody. We take the aggregate resources that flow into that space and we magnify the model. We organize the people, we demonstrate a model. You can take a home, you can transform it, make it useful for your community, pull those resources, and then encourage the next person to do the same. 1 becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, becomes 16, becomes 32, becomes 64, becomes 128, becomes 256, becomes 512, and so on and so forth. You get the math. 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 So every time we have a black art exhibit, every time we have a black performance, a fashion show, right here, right here, right here. Come on. Anybody who's been to Wanawari? If
you've been there,
if you've been here, if you've done something at Wanawari, come join us. Just make noise. If you can get to the stage, but I need, if you can get to the stage, come be seen. If not, just make some noise. WANAWARI.org. Yes.
Drive past, take a picture, and hashtag that shit.
Drive past, take a picture, hashtag it.
We would love for you to drive past Wanawari.
Right.
Make your presence known. Take a picture.
Take a picture.
Hashtag it.
Hashtag it. So if you have noticed what the common theme that everybody has been touching on here, everything that we're dealing with is about land. It's all about land. It's actually not about money. It's actually not about money. Money does not equate to power. Money does not equate to control. Land equates to power. Land equates to control. So, as you're thinking about financial literacy, think about land ownership. Think about collective land ownership. Thinking about owning with someone else, controlling with someone else, building with someone else. You cannot do it alone. You will not do it alone. It has never been done alone, ever, which is why I have my people up here with me. I was not going to get up here and represent this organization solo. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. All right? Wanawari.org, wanawari.org/organize, wanawari.org/organize. Click the donate button.
Ashe, 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 ashe. All right. So, yeah. So I can't really introduce myself. Technically, I'm the next speaker up. So what's up, y'all? What it do? Ashe? 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 Are you tired? Are you tired? Are you tired? Are you present? Are you present? Are your ears open? Are your hearts open? Beautiful. Okay, so that's a beautiful segue. My name is Teme Wakoma. I am a native of Seattle. For those of you wondering what I represent you. Those of you who know me, I do a lot of things. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. You might find me behind the chair, doing some natural hair, representing Andro Barbershop in Pioneer Square. Ooh, that rhymed. Thank you, Spirit, for the bar, okay? I'm also a professional dancer, birthed out of the programming of Langston Hughes Performing Arts Center. Summer, what they call it now? Summer Youth Musical. It used to be the Teen Youth Musical. I was on the stages of Paramount, the Moore Theater, the Repertoire at 12 years old. These are the programs that told me I could go out in the world and be confident. These are the programs that told me, I don't care if you act another day in your life. When you leave here, you will be convicted. When you leave here, you will demand the room. When you leave here, you will transfer this confidence into anything that you do. If you can't do it in front of your people, you can't do it anywhere else. Don't fool me here and try to fool them out there too. The people who are buying the seats to the show need you to show up. These are the things that my leaders taught me. So when you think about who you're giving to, it's not just your politicians. It's not just the people who have national, accreditation. It's the people who are speaking to me. So I can speak to you today. So I can spend the last 36 hours not sleeping to make sure y'all are safe, y'all are educated, y'all are seen, y'all are cared for. Because I care for you. Ashe? I'm also representing Wanawari. Wanawari is very emotional for me. For the people who saw me, I am a crybaby, and I started crying. Wanawari is my story. Having somewhere to come home to, someone to embrace you, someone to say I have a meal for you, someone to say I have a couch for you to sleep on, someone to say you can stay here till you find somewhere to go, is invaluable. I wouldn't be able to leave and go. I'm also a professional dancer. I wouldn't be able to leave and come back and feed back into my community if I didn't have Wanawari, if I didn't have 2314, 822. These are our properties. My great-grandfather didn't just house his family. He housed anyone who needed to be housed. What do you need? Do you need a job? I have a wood lot on 23rd and Cherry, Green Enterprise. Come chop some wood for me. I have money for you. You need somewhere to stay? I have a resident. 911, Wanawari. Come stay here. I wouldn't be able to be here without that, y'all. Why is it important to use ingenuity to save your property? Because like my father said, you can't do it alone. Stop suffering in silence. Stop not telling us you are struggling. Come find us. Stop being depressed. Stop being defeated. You don't have to do this alone. We want you to know it may not be practical for you to live in your home. But if you're going to get moved to a small apartment, keep your home and have some income coming in. And allow the youth to build your place up so they have something to build for themselves. They need practice. They need guidance. These are the spaces where they get practice and guidance. When they see you doing the work. And they say, hey, Grandma, I know somebody in the CD who turned their spot into multi-use. So they can pay the bills so Grandma can get fed. I need y'all to understand, my great-grandmother is still alive. She's 94. She's still alive. She's 94. She still feeds into me. She still reminds me who I am. She still reminds me why I'm here. She still reminds me of the hours that were already put in. I can't clock out. I can't clock out. She needs me, and I need her. I need her to remind me why I'm here. I need her to remind me what she's already done for me so I can continue to do that for her. Because I'm going to get real vulnerable. Wanawari came out of nowhere. We didn't know what we were going to do. We needed either tenants or we got to sell. And it was too heartbreaking for us to sell another property because my great-grandfather laid the concrete on these properties. My great-grandfather turned things from house and carriage into duplexes so people could live. He did the work. So we ain't leaving. We ain't leaving. So what do? Do we suffer in vain because we want to stay in the home? Or do we open the doors to our community and tell them, we need your help? We don't want to leave. We want to stay here. We want you to come down Cherry, Marion, and see us. Union, Cherry, Alder, and see us. We don't want you to come back from college and no one you know is in none of the places you are familiar to you. That's why we're there. So when you're thinking about how you can keep your legacy where it's at, whether that's in the South End, whether that's in Beacon Hill, whether that's in Skyway, Seward Park, come check out Wanawari. Because we're more than just visual arts. Like my dad said, we're masquerading so we can keep the revolution alive. Ashe? Ashe? Ashe. Thank you for listening.
So somebody told me that we were here for equity. Is that right? We here for equity, right? Okay, so make sure you get this down right here. www.kingcountyequitynow.com, y'all. This is a movement, y'all. We demanding property, y'all. Where you hear that? We demanding what's ours, y'all. Okay? So up next, I got my sis Marta. She's from Ethiopia, from the motherland, born and raised. Come on now, give her some respect. Also from South Seattle.
Well, hello, everybody. You are all beautiful. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, let's keep it down.
This made me happy. Just seeing everybody here coming for one cause to bring everyone together. I really appreciate y'all coming out today. So without further ado, let me just go into my act. Enough is enough, yeah, cut me, I'll bleed. Skin burns just like you, why can't you see? I'm human just like you, I need air to breathe. Don't suffocate me, please let me live, yeah, yeah. Back to square one, gotta convince them I matter. They play with my life like it's something to play with. And I'm fed up, can't take it no more. So I'm out here, yeah, breaking every door, yeah. I'm out here fighting for my freedom. If you're not with the program, then you're the problem, yeah. I'm out here fighting for my freedom, yeah. If you're not with the program, you're the problem, yeah, yeah, yeah. Enough is enough, yeah, cut me, I'll bleed. Skin burns just like you, why can't you see? Human just like you, I need air to breathe. Don't suffocate me, please let me live, yeah. So, God is good. So you guys, I'm from Ethiopia, I'm adopted. And I'm adopted by a white family. You know, I love them. Half of my family, I love them. The other half, you know, I'm working with them. So that's, yeah. So that song was basically just about, like, you know, we're human. Everybody's human. We bleed the same. We cry the same. Everything that hurts us is the same, right? So yeah, I was just trying to explain that to my family of, like, you know, this is a big issue. And if you don't get it, and if you're not with the program, then you are the problem. And they couldn't understand that. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Come on now, give it up.
Ashe, 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 Ashe. Okay, we are wrapping up this peaceful rally. I am so impressed with all of you guys. Every single one of you guys. No joke. No joke. No joke. This is the last part of our program. After this, I would like you guys to exit peacefully. If you could, exit through the auto zone and through the Masonic Temple, which are going to be the north entrances, so we can keep the volunteers and the crew safe, the press safe. You guys are going to exit out this way. So right now, we're going to have Miss Kabibi. She's an elder of our community. She's going to... Hey, her name precedes her. I don't even need to say much. She's going to speak to y'all. After Miss Kabibi, I will get back on the mic for a brief moment. We're going to have a call to action, meaning we have some people who came up who wanted to speak, who are part of the community. The list is full. I'm so sorry if you wanted to speak. The list is already full. We're going to go through those people, and then we're going to wrap up. Ashe? Ashe? Ashe.
Hello, everyone. You know, I was wondering, my brother here, the other elder that got to speak, opening, and I was saying, wait, we need another elder voice in here. You know, I went through, the civil rights, and I was born and raised here in Seattle, raised in the Yesler chairs. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of y'all. I'm one of y'all as old as I am. You hear what I'm saying? But I think we need to take a minute and think about, again, why we're here. We're here because we are aware of the fact that we have been deprived. We've been deprived of success and our future, and it's time for us to get what we deserve. Now, this killing of our children has got to stop. The killing of black people has got to stop. And this, I'm dedicating this piece I'm getting ready to do to all the mothers. Any mothers in the house, raise your hand. Back there, are there any mothers out here? Raise your hand, please. How about grandmothers? Any grandmothers out there? Raise your hand. Any great-grandmothers out there? Raise your hand. You know, we've been fighting this struggle for a long time, and I do believe that this generation is going to make the difference. I dedicate this piece I'm doing to all the mothers in the house, to all the black people that have lost their loved ones in the struggle to be free. Our sons are dying. And there are no graveside ceremonies of smooth valve taps and white glove salutes. Yeah, please, listen up, everyone. Three blocks from the backyard petunias they once pulled, our sons are dying. Our sons are dying, carrying light artillery that explodes in their veins. 3 blocks from the backyard petunias they once pulled, they're dying. A stone's throw from the church where they sang, yes, Jesus loves me. Our sons are dying outside the gates of the football fields where their biceps held the line. Our sons are dying wearing the colors of their youth. Our sons are dying carrying light artillery that explodes in their veins. And those whose pockets are heavy with power come to us with clinical concern in a language cold enough to freeze the heart. They speak of percentages and then of causes which condemn us even as they shroud us in grief. Percentages do not breathe or dream or die. And those with power are never without blame. Oh, we know the truth. Our sons are dying in an undeclared war that profits those who do not know or love our sons. And so, a call to people that have known wars and won even those they lost. For every son slain, we shall save 10,000. I don't think y'all heard me. For every son and daughter and black person that is slain, we shall save 10,000. Now I want everybody that is in hearing distance of my voice to tell the whole world that for every son slain we shall save 10,000. Come on. For every son slain we shall save 10,000. Again. For every son slain we shall save 10,000. Ashe? Ashe? Ashe?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Miss Kabibi. You see why her reputation precede her? She did that on the drop. She wasn't a part of the program, y'all. Get your free education from your elders. That's some free game. Free game. Talk to your elders. They know more than you, even if you think they don't. All right, so we're going to have our first call to actioner who wanted to speak today come up, Imaija.
Hey, how are you? I'm going to stand behind you. everybody. Can you guys repeat after this? Value our minds. Value black genius. Value black love. Value black families. Because black lives matter. So I'm here today in community to talk about some more black lives that matter that I quite haven't heard in the program, but I know it's in our hearts and in our spirits. It's our people who are incarcerated. It's our people who've been sacrificed by poor policy, the crime bill, innocence being set up. Their lives have been sacrificed. They trying to kill our spirit from parts when we're in school to send us down this pipeline right in the prisons. But we want to tell our brothers and our sisters who are incarcerated that we love you and you are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You're valued and we need you. So I'm a supporter of the Black Prisoners Caucus called the BPC. And I've come to learn about the Black Prisoners Caucus from my cousin right here, from the Village of Hope, and actually from the brothers and the sisters who are inside who've educated me, who helped me to say to show me their genius and their brilliance and their love that got me here today right now speaking out for them. I'm not here to speak for the BPC, but I'm here to speak about what they've taught me and how I'm here to support them, and I'm encouraging you to continue to support them as well. Because we need them, and they need us. I'm here to talk a little bit about what they're doing in there for their education and their liberation, because you know it's hell up in there. We get disconnected. Sometimes we turn our back and turn up our nose on our people, on our family members. We can't do that. You know what they're going through up in there? COVID up in there, rampant with closed quarters. Can you guys even imagine? You can't imagine. I can't even imagine. But my heart goes out to them. But what they're doing in there, they're fighting for their education, supporting their families. They're educating themselves. Can you share a little bit just about what they're actually doing? The TEACH program. Anybody want to speak on it?
Hi, I'm Karen Taylor. I went through the school to prison pipeline and I overcame and survived it. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother right here, Will. You know, we survived that thing. And, I just want to say that the brothers inside are doing the TEACH program, and the women also have a BPC now, but the brothers are doing a TEACH program where they're actually getting together and teaching themselves. They learned all that education, and now they're the professors, the brothers inside. So, they're doing a lot more, and I'm going to let Will tell you, because I don't know the whole story.
I did not expect to speak again, so I told my cousin I'm going to stand in solidarity, but I guess just to highlight what the TEACH is taking education and creating history. One thing we was having was brothers like Brother Kenty, my cousin Imijah, and other folks who were coming inside the institutions and volunteering their services. And so what the brother said, well, since you're coming in for volunteering your services, you went to school for such and such, can you come and teach us these things? Because they pulled out the post-secondary education programs. So we couldn't learn. You couldn't get anything further than a GED. But folks wanted to learn further than those aspects. So those who came in as volunteers that was businessmen or businesswomen or professors like Dr. Gilda Shepherd, we tapped into that particular knowledge spring. And they started to teach us. But we realized that we were there 24/7. And we wanted to learn more than just maybe the Monday or the Wednesday that they could come on, or the Saturday that they would sacrifice out of their own lives, out of their own busy schedules. So we started to tap into the resources with the men that were present there. So people like Arthur Longworth, who wrote a book, a novel in Mandarin and also in Spanish, became my Spanish teacher, right? All other brothers who learned how to speak Arabic fluently became my Arabic teachers. Other brothers who learned English and became English literature professors and started teaching us calculus, the same subjects that Leshai Elementary School kicked me out of and said I wasn't good at, right? The same people that had PhDs and these JDs that couldn't teach us, but those brothers in there were teaching us. So I understood the value, right? And so that's what the BPC is doing. They're also doing a lot of policy reform, a lot of, if you don't know, Dan Saddlebird, the prosecuting attorney's office, all of them go up there and get their ideas from those brothers. I promise you. They go out there and they come back out here, then you start hearing things like regional approach to gun violence. That stuff started at BPC. When you start hearing terminologies of instead of looking out the window and looking inside the mirror, that stuff comes from the BPC. So those are some of the things that the brothers and the sisters are doing on the inside.
For those who don't get a chance to be up close and see this on live in person, please support our local media, Converge. And let me not remind you again to pull out your phones and sign the petition to demand equity now at kingcountyequitynow.com. Let's not forget. But also what I want to share with you guys, because we tend to get lullabied to sleep about who's incarcerated. We tend to get lullabied to sleep and forget about who's in there, understanding that they gonna come back. And we better bring them back with welcomed arms, because they're part of they're connected to us. How dare us? I'm talking about our community, but how dare us? Because I'm already on the heads of the ones that's putting them in there in the first place. I'm on your head if you don't know that. If you ain't figured it about who I am, about this institutionalized racism and this anti-blackness, you got me messed up. For real. So what I want to share with y'all, I want to tell you about some advocacy I've been doing in the legislature, around state government, right? Going up there talking about advocacy, there's been a 3 strikes, right? The 3 strikes bill, knocking us off left and right. Back in the 80s when they brought that crack in here and gentrified our neighborhood, you know how they did us? Left our people over there? Please. Now, they passed a bill to drop off the robbery too, right? That was a strike. Petty shoplifting, you know, our people had the illness, you know, addiction. It wasn't because they wanted it. My family didn't want that. We didn't bring that here. They brought that nationwide. And then they turned their backs on us and then wanted to incarcerate us for the addiction. But now, with the addiction, what they doing? Ready to send you to rehab, talk about it's a health crisis. But doing us bad and separating our families from our babies. All that in the foster care system, right? So now up there in Olympia with the 2 strikes and the robbery too, guess what they did? They dropped it. But when they dropped it, they didn't want to make it retroactive. So when our people still stuck in there, but the new faces of addiction, y'all ain't getting struck out. So now I'm talking to your people with the new face of addiction, primarily white folks. Get yourself together and go. You better raise up in Olympia. You better correct that. You better tell them make that retroactive and bring my people back. That's what I'm basically talking about. And all that work in the BPC, trying to rise up our community. Like my cousin said, sometimes they water it down to be our ideas. Sometimes they switch up our ideas. I'm just trying to say to y'all so much that we got that genius and value black genius. Value black education. Value black innovation. Thank you for your time.
All right. Now we're going to have Derek Jones.
Thank you, family. Thank you, family. I want to say, abolish fucking ICE. We need to stop all these evil shits. Now, I just want to tell you guys a story about how I got here today. I'm from California originally. I moved to Whidbey Island because I was terrorized for too long. I found a white community from my family to live in because I seen that whole community was doing what we're trying to do right now for us. They're succeeding. I stood out in front of my cousin's house with this sign. It says, cops kill. It's a question. Who do they kill? They kill kids. ICE is killing kids every fucking day. So I was standing there. I asked permission. I started with just a protest to stop police brutality in school. And they told me, you good. They had a motherfucker pitting Black Lives Matter on their house, painting it. And then when they got home, they heard that I talked to that cop that lives next door's mom. She said, do you put a target on my son? I said, yeah, the target is for your son to stop these people. That's what he's supposed to do. And if he ain't gonna do it, he need to come over here, drop his badge, and think about how fucking strong my message would be if he's holding the goddamn sign. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, babies. I'm sorry, babies. I'm just real passionate. So I sat there, and I listened to them. I listened to them apply white motherfucking supremacy to me, their family. Their family. So I had to leave. I had to leave. And I didn't know where I was going. But I knew I had allies in Greenwood, so I stopped there. That guy right there, he my ally. He holding the phone. Understand? Then I found a friend named Javier. My cousin who lives here in town led me to him. He told me that he wanted to lead me to the revolution, host me. And he brought me here. I ended up here. What I am now, this is what I am now. It only took a moment. Thank God my family's smart. We're going to have a round table, and I'm going to stop their white supremacy together. We're going to speak loud. I just wanted to post my my company. I am Doodab Show. We're trying to keep the joyful high times through the fight. Come and check me out. I'm on Instagram. I wanted to give a little bit of my time to this OG. Please speak real fast, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm going to introduce the next speaker. We have Jason. Jason.
Okay, you guys, I just want to say, this is Trey Holiday, community builder with Africatown Community Land Trust. We have worked so hard with these young organizers. I just want to give it up for these young organizers today. Y'all don't know how quickly they pulled this together. Shout out to them. And I also want to say, shout out to all of the independent media, the citizen journalists out there who have been covering these stories on the front lines for all of us to see on live, on our phones, following the movement. Every day, Monday through Friday, Converge Media produces the Morning Update Show. It airs on Converge and Africatown Central District Facebook pages. If you guys are not following that Morning Update Show, you guys are missing some of the valuable insight that we are giving. Omari Salisbury and myself are the hosts, and I just wanted to say today that we are out here for y'all, covering these stories for y'all. Follow that and support that. The Morning Update Show on Africatown and Converge. Thank y'all for being out here, and thank these organizers for doing this.
Trey. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Trey. Okay, real quick, I'm from the South End, 4828 South Kenyon. I just want to play a quick game of Monopoly with you guys. They always like to talk economics when they talk about black and white, so let's play a game of Monopoly. So all the allies, all the white people, you guys are the thimble, okay? The black people were the hand. This is the best analogy of economics that I heard today, so I had to write it down. So now let's play this game of Monopoly. So we start with 400 rounds, right? We didn't allow you guys to have any money, anything on the board, nothing. And then we play another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything you gained and earned from that round of Monopoly was taken from you. And that was Tulsa and Rosewood. In Durham. And those are the places that we built economic wealth, and we were self-sufficient, and racists burned them to the ground. So that's 450 years. So for 400 rounds, you didn't get to play at all. And not only did you not get to play, but not only did you not get to play, you had to play on the behalf of the player you were playing against. You have to play around and make the money and earn the wealth and turn it over to them. So for 50 rounds, you are allowed to play, and they say, now catch up. But you can't catch up unless we share the wealth, correct? Right. They got to pay. Somebody got to pay the fee. So if you play 400 rounds of Monopoly with someone, and you have to give them everything, and then for another 50 rounds, every time you did something that they didn't like, they burned your cards down. How can you win? Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason.
I'm a young black man doing all that I can to stand. Oh, but when I look around and I see what's being done to my kind, every day I'm being hunted as prey. My people don't want no trouble. We've had enough struggle. I just wanna live. God protect me. I just wanna live. I just wanna live.